Hey guys, Jamie here with Laurel Crest Landscapes. Today we're going to talk about how to square up field stone. This is the end result in which we're looking for. Hopefully you're going to get the tips and tricks to help you out. Stick around. Hey guys, so what we're going to talk about is squaring up field stone today. I got a couple things I use I want to talk about. First, I've got a 2-pound rock hammer. Got a blunt end and a cutting end. And then I use this is a 24-ounce rock hammer, a brick hammer. And it's same deal, blunt end, cutting end. I use this for cleaning up. And then I've got a pitching tool that is a chisel with a carbide tip, flat blunt end that I can use for cutting and pitching out rock. And then I use this little point chisel to knock off any high ends that I've got, little humps in the rock. So what I want to do is pick out the stone that has the most amount of square footage, if you will, or flat area that I can actually use in the wall with the least amount of work. So in this case, this is already a pretty good rock, but I can't lay this funky edge here against another rock, so I have to cut that out. So what I'll do, it doesn't need a lot there, so I'll just use my cleanup hammer and just start to square that thing up. That one was pretty basic. I mean, it almost felt like I cheated with that one. But so next, I want to try to take some of this off, because the rock can be out a little here or here and look okay in the wall, but the top and the bottom really need to be level, or it'll stick out like a sore thumb in the wall. So what I'll do is just kind of take it from this point and scribe it over, or even take less. The point is I just want to get it level up top. So I'll just scribe it there with my hammer or a pencil. Now, and I'll just start to hit it at that scribed mark. I'm not going to try to take it all at once. I'm going to kind of hit it a couple times and start to fracture the stone. Once the stone starts to fracture or crack, you're going to hear a distinct sound. Your hammer pitch's tones are going to change. So I'll just hit it a few more times. Once I can hear it start to break, like it just did there, it just fractured. Now, this is important. I want to hit it away from the face side. I want to protect the face as much as I can, because that's what I'm trying to create, is that face. And so now I'll just kind of peck it on off there, and now I've got a relatively flat top to work with, okay? So now, if it's got that little bit of hump right there, that can really be a problem if I'm going to lay it up against another stone. I'll have big fat gaps. I don't want that. I like it really tight as it can be. And so what I'll do there is try to take off some of that fat. Anything from the face back, I can remove. I don't need it. It's not important to me. So I can start to take as much of this meat or this fat off as I want from here back. So what I'm doing there is just beating out the seat, just trying to make it level or as flat as I can get it. Now I'm using these rock for dry stack purposes, meaning it'll look like the rocks are just stacked on on each other without mortar showing. So I really want to get that as tight as I can get it to go to my next rock. So that's looking pretty good. Now, if the rock is kind of concave there, I can clean that up as well. I'll just use my the pointed end of my hammer and just go and clean some of that up. If I'm just wanting to take off a little bit of the face, I use the pointed end. If I want it to cut deeper and take more of the face off, I use the blunt end. It'll take off a lot more of the stone. So, and a lot of times I won't try to take off much of this until I actually lay it in the wall to see how it lines up to my other rock. So that's pretty good. I mean, it could still use a little bit more work, but you get the general idea. you know, to get good at something, you just have to do it. But hopefully these little tips help you out understand what tools to use and what areas to use them. So one other quick one, like, I mean, this thing is just absolutely ugly. What in the world are you supposed to do with that? So a lot of times I'll just take my breaking hammer on this end and I'll just try to break that stone right in half. Now I've got a relatively flat surface that I can start to clean up. So same deal, I'll just start to clean it up, picking out what ends am I wanting to square up. All right, now I took a relatively ugly stone and made something out of it. So that's how that's going to stack together as I start to build it all. So hopefully that helps you guys. Thank you.